Good morning, everybody. This is Auntie So again today. Today, my message is to all our brothers and sisters in Africa who squander money sent by relatives abroad when they send money either for building a house, for business, or something else. What most of you don't realize, if you have a relative abroad who is helping you, some of you are not even working. Your children are all in private school. If you have a relative abroad who is helping you, who is doing everything to make sure life is comfortable, when they send money for you to build a house, don't you think if you really take care of that house, it's you and your children who will enjoy those things? Because most of our kids here are not going to go to Africa. But when relatives send money for you to make sure you build a house, either for their mom that is there so that you guys can all have the comfort, you take the money and do something else with it or go do whatever you do. Then when people talk, you get upset. I'm making this video because yesterday I spoke to a friend who is very devastated. She went and took her retirement fund to build a house for their mom who is in the southern province. She sent all this money and her brother went and took that money, bought a motorcycle and was just going to nightclubs with women and everything. And their old mother is sitting there in a rented property. When your family send this money to you, they are not sending it for your own comfort. They are making sure that their parents over there or you, and if you are really smart, our children here are not going to go back home. So if we are really building houses, there are other things. Don't you think if you are really smart, you will make sure those properties are protected or you use the funds as we indicate? So that if there's a house there, you and your family are going to be the ones enjoying tomorrow. But most of you, when your family send money home for businesses or other things, you don't take care of it. And you forget that things are so hard here. There are some people who work 2 to 3 jobs just to make sure they gather up to $1,000 to send. But when they send it, you guys just want to dress up every day, buy everything you want to do, and don't even think about the future. You don't have a bank account. You don't have anything. And if you have somebody here that you know that's the only person you can count on to send money for you, you should do everything in your power back home to make sure your family abroad is protected. If they send money for you, go build a house. If they want a business, take care of the business. Because if you don't have a job and your family here is trying to help you, they are not just helping you, they are helping your own children too. But some of you are so stupid. You don't even think about that. You're only thinking about today. As you receive that dollar or you go collect the money from Western Union, you start going to nightclubs pretending that you are rich. And it's somebody's money you are wasting. And the other person went, somebody was sending money back home. The person went and was taking pictures of somebody else's property and sending it for the girl. They sent me to go see the house and it was just a land. Nothing was there. And that's one caused so much devastation. And even now their mother is still in a rental property. If your mother send you, if your mom is alive or your father is alive, or whether they are dead or not, if you have a relative here that is sending something for you, please appreciate it. Don't take things for granted. Because what if something happened to this person that is abroad? If you are there, your brothers and sisters are sending money for you to make a difference in your life. Have you ever thought? Life is unpredictable. We don't know how long we're going to live. So if you have a relative here and that's the only person you and your family rely on, don't you think you should be smart enough to start planning for your own future and your children's future? So that when they send money for you to build a house or to do business, you should do everything in your power to make sure that business succeeds. You should make everything in your power to make sure that house is built. So that if something was to happen to that your family member abroad, you can still be able to provide for your family. But some of you only think about today, and that's the problem. Most Africans, we are suffering. We don't think about tomorrow. We don't plan for tomorrow. As long as that money is coming in from America or from London to Africa, you guys are okay, you are dressing, that's all you think about. But what if you get sick? What if this person here gets sick and they are not able to send the money anymore? We are seeing that every year. We see that here. People get sick, they become disabled. They are not able to work anymore, which means they cannot send the money as they were doing. But if you are in Africa and they are sending that money and you take care of the business, you will always remain to enjoy that benefit. Because I always tell my relatives it's better to be eating $1 for the rest of your life than to eat $100 or $1,000 in a day and it finish. Because what most people don't realize, they always say, oh, that's our relatives abroad doesn't care about us. And I used to say, oh, why don't they care? But after going through what most of them go through, I don't blame anybody abroad now that don't care for their family because we don't know the story. We don't know what that family have done to that person that make them just cut them off. Because people don't have money here sitting that they just pick up and go. They pay their bills here, then they take that money and send it to Africa. So if you're an African watching this video and your relative has sent money for you to build a house, to do business, or you are doing business with them, make sure you tie a big oja around your waist and fight to make sure that business succeeds so that you can be important, because what we are all trying to do is make a difference. Most of the lifestyle we did not have in Africa, we are trying to make it better for our family. That's all. Everybody abroad just want their family back home to be safe, to be healthy, and have a better life than we did. So if you have a family member that is helping you back home, please appreciate them. And do you even call? How many of you just will sit down and pick up a phone to call and just check, sister, how are you doing? How is your child doing? Or brother, how are you doing? How many of you will just call and check if your family is doing okay abroad? Other than when you call, you ask them, I need money. Other than calling for money, do you just call and check on them? I'm just checking on you. Or I had fire here. I had fire in California. Or I had a tornado in this city. I hope you are okay. All of you know that. But it is so sad when we are sitting here. When something happens, we don't hear from family members. It's only when they need money. And you will see family members don't want to do anything for you. But the moment they need money, when you say, how come you don't call me? They are, oh, I don't have your number. But watch. The moment they need money, they know your number. The moment they want money, all of them will find your number. So if you are there, your family is doing something for you, don't take us for granted. Don't take people for granted. Make use of the opportunities. If you are going to school, go to school. If you are in college and you have family members there paying for you, make use of that opportunity. There are so many students who want to go to college and they can't. If your children are in college, encourage them to finish. Because this relative here is not going to continue to support you for the rest of their lives. Because trust me, some of them, their children are very small now. They can do a lot. It's not demanding. But when their children go to college, they are going to put their own children first to make sure their needs are met before they help relatives back home. So if you are back home, you are not working, your children are in private school, and you have a relative, you are supporting them, make sure you pray every day for that relative. You make sure you be calling and checking on that relatives. Pray and do everything in your power to make sure that relative stays alive. So I'm begging you, all of you Africans, if you are watching this video and you are back home, it doesn't matter what African country you come from, appreciate people abroad because they work so hard for their money. And this lady that I'm talking about was so devastated with what the family have done. And now she was trying to make a difference. She didn't want her mother to die in a rental property. She didn't want her mother to die in a place where they have to have only the back house. She wanted to build a house so that her mother, she would send her mom to Mecca and come in a house. And her brother went and used all that money. Who do you think is going to benefit? That's what most of you don't understand. When you do this a lot to your family members, they just go and take their mother or their father and bring them abroad. Then they leave you there. When the mother dies, they take the body. Because most of the things they are doing, you guys don't realize. We do those things when our parents are alive. We can take a lot of rubbish from you people because our parents are back there. You taking care of them. But when the parents die, things start changing. And most of you don't even realize that. That when the parents die, we don't owe obligation to anybody else. The only people we owe obligations to in Africa are our parents. And when your brother and sister are helping you, they don't owe you anything. They are helping you as humanitarian, not because they have to help you. They are helping you because they want to. But some of you think it is an obligation, or some of you think it is their duty or they owe you. No, it is not an entitlement. Family members abroad don't need to help their brothers and sisters back home. You are not entitled to it. The only people we are obligated to are our parents. So if you are lucky enough that your parents are dead, but your family members there are supporting you, you should thank God and pray for them and check on them and make sure you don't take them for granted. You appreciate them and do everything to make sure their legacy goes on. Because if you don't do that, something was to happen to them, you are going to end your life too. Because your children who are going to private school, you don't have jobs. And you guys, that is what really bothered me. I go to Sierra Leone, because I'm from Sierra Leone. I go to Sierra Leone, see all of these young people, they don't have jobs. Their children are in private school because they have relatives abroad who are supporting them. But they don't want to do anything. They don't want to do business. Their family give them business. They just waste it because they dress up every day because money is coming from abroad. But have you guys ever thought what example you are setting for your children? You have little kids, they see mommy and daddy, they don't want to work, they don't want to do anything, they don't even want to do business. They just sit down to get free money. What if that free money is not there? What are you going to do? It is like a circle. You are not going to do it. So these kids will not do well in school. They don't want to go to college because money is coming from abroad. They start misusing their life. And what happened? The circle start going round and round. Then quickly they get children. Then now we start taking care of mother, grandchildren, and everybody. And you guys don't even realize how hard it is on us here. So if you are fortunate to be over there and living a better life, I'm begging you, please appreciate it. If you've never thought about that, I want this last thing for you to think about. What if something was to happen to your source of income? What is going to happen to your life if the person who is giving you that money to live that lifestyle you are living is not around anymore? What's going to happen to your children's education? What's going to happen to their college education? Have you ever thought about that? Maybe if you have not thought about that, it's about time you think about it and start saying, from today, I'm going to reassess my life. If my family want me to do business, I'm going to make sure I take care of it and make sure when they come, they are proud of me. And it doesn't matter where you start. You can start anywhere. But at least it is you. It's better for you to get up and give 5,000 euro as a lunch money to your child when you know it's your hard money, than you don't get anything. You have to beg somebody the 2,000 to give to your child. When you have the opportunity to make sure there's business and somebody is there to give you money, but you don't want to sit down in one place and do business. You just want to go and come how you like and dress up and live a good life. You have to start thinking about your own life, and we are all getting older. Some of us who are close, I'm 56. In 4 years, I'll be 60. I'm already retired. Some people are going to retire. You think if they retire, they are not working anymore. Their money here is not going to be enough for them to support themselves and support you. So if you have families here who are trying to help you now to establish your life, make use of that. Make use of that opportunity. So please, I'm begging you, if you never thought about it, if you've been misusing money, change that system of abusing money. Make use of the opportunity. Please, I beg you. May God bless us all. May God bless Africa. May God protect Africa. May God protect us all. Love you all and take care. What if? Ask yourself, what if something was to happen to my source of income? The money that pays my fees, the money that pays for my children, the money that buy food for me. What happened if that money doesn't come anymore? Thank you.